Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the weekly holiday show, winter edition. Still not spring. Going to get there hopefully soon. I'm your host, Mr. James. Here are your selected holidays for the week of March 13th through March 19th, 2023. Starting on Monday, we've got Canine Veterans Day. Now, this is not just canines, meaning dogs. This is dogs that probably served in combat. Like veterans of wars and such like that, like people who have gone to war before. And these are canines that served in war. Yes, the military does use dogs to help with battle, and they help to smell certain things that humans can't smell and sense things because dogs have heightened senses that we don't have. And I mean, sometimes bad things happen, but hopefully bad things don't often happen, and the dogs come back from war and they get to have a normal life, and they get to be adopted, and they've done their serving. And just recognize that people are using animals. Dogs aren't the only ones. There's so many different animals people use for that. But it's just one of these things where recognize that, any animal or person or living thing that has helped to serve is worthy of respecting. Think about it that way. Tuesday, it is Potato Chip Day and Pi Day. Pi being 3.14159, blah, blah, blah. Lots of different numbers. That's that certain mathematical thing some of you might be interested in. And some people eat pie, like P-I-E, on that day as well. But what I want to talk really about is potato chips, because where would we be without potato chips? Potatoes are great. French fries, so many things you can make with it. Baked potatoes, mash them. But a lot of people take them and they've made them into these really, really thin slices, and they fry them or bake them or do something to them, and then they put them in a big bag and they become crisps. And we call them, usually in the United States, chips, but other countries they call them crisps. But that's what they are, tiny slice of potatoes. And as someone who really can't eat a lot of food sometimes, when I go out and about and I'm not making my own food, potato chips have been a great saver for me if I need to eat something. In fact, I'd probably just a half hour ago ate some potato chips. Wow. And I'm not eating them every single day, but it's just one of these things where they're delicious. And hey, if you need a snack, it's not the worst snack in the world for you. I mean, you can find some pretty good dip to go with it. I would say hummus. But yeah, potato chips. If you don't eat potato chips, maybe Tuesday's your day. Just saying. Wednesday, it's Shoe the World Day, which means that many people in the world don't have shoes, and this is our goal to put shoes on them. I don't really believe in all of that because I think being barefoot is very good for us. I think it's good to be able to walk outside, not on rocks and everything, but to be able to walk around and not have to have shoes on. I think, though, if we do need shoes, if someone does need shoes, they should be able to have them and have something that is not going to contribute to like waste. So not a type of shoe that uses a lot of plastics and such. We should probably learn how to make shoes out of materials that we can recycle a lot easier, or degrade and such in like a compost heap. But anyways, this is just to recognize that some people do not have shoes, and we should help them with shoes if they want to be helped. Thursday, it's Information Freedom Day. And this is one big thing about the internet. People have been fighting for years to make sure the internet is free of speech, and so that people can be free to post things and talk about things. And in some countries, it's not that way. So this is to recognize that people have been fighting for freedom online and not online. This is even information just about anything that's going on in the world and how it should be free for us to hear about it, so we don't hear about it the last minute before something bad happens. It's just one of these things that people fight all the time, and sometimes they don't even stay alive fighting for our freedoms, and we should be respectful of that and acknowledge that people have done that for us. And pass along good information only, please. Friday, it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going to go over where this began because here is the thing. It's going to mean different things to different people. And a lot of people think it's a day where you will recognize people that are Irish or anyone who's Irish heritage because it has to do with that. But I think it's also a day to just maybe look at a culture that maybe a lot of people haven't seen, Irish culture. And that's one thing I do in my classroom. It's just to show people that we live in a community that does have a Irish population. And a lot of people don't even know if they're Irish or not. They might not even look up their heritage. But do they know anything about Ireland? Do they know about the music, the dancing? Do they know about the culture, the art, the buildings, the clothing, the language, all of this stuff that to me is just, I've always been fascinating with it. And I've loved the dancing, Riverdance. I started Riverdance 1995. And I was like, wow, I want to do that type of dancing. And I've always loved the music. Lots of fiddle playing, but other instruments too. And it's just one of these things where it's good to learn about another culture. And if that's just one of these things that pops up one time a year and you go, hey, wait a minute, remember Ireland? Oh, let's talk about that today. It's one of those good things. Doesn't mean you have to have a boiled dinner. Doesn't mean you have to eat cabbage and all this such. But if you want to go outside and it's not snowing, you can look for clovers, I guess. Anything that's green, right? Saturday, it is recycling day. Please recycle. Please recycle things that you use. It's good and it's just helpful for the planet. And Sunday, it's read to me day. Read to others. Read out loud. Pronounce words out loud. Read to yourself, quietly or out loud. Reading is very important. I do so much reading and there's so many books I have to read. I just have books that I buy that I'm just looking at right now that say, please read me. And I'm like, I wish I had time. I am going to make my time to read because it's really important. So anyways, everybody, celebrate something this week and celebrate each other and, give some thought to those special days.